I personally don't like to see guys take punishment, especially at the latter part of their career, because again, a piece of you is always left when you step out of that ring. Every time you go into the ring, you're not the same person that comes out the ring. I don't care who you are.
If Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather gets made, it does more than Terence Crawford Canelo on Netflix.
Oh, wow.
Clip that.
Pulled out a good, I don't know if he interviewed Floyd or it's just his imagination, but it's something that has people talking about, so it's going to be a great fight.
Leonard Ellerbe has issued a strong warning to Floyd Mayweather, advising him against fighting Manny Pacquiao again. He emphasized that boxing is an unforgiving sport where a single punch can alter a fighter's entire future, especially in the later stages of their career. Ellerby believes that once a fighter's legacy is firmly established, there's no need to risk it by stepping back into dangerous matchups. Instead, he urges older fighters like Mayweather to prioritize their health, protect their hard-earned wealth, and focus on enjoying life rather than chasing unnecessary risks in the ring.
Who is best for him? If he feels as though the time is now to walk away, but I personally don't like to see guys take punishment, especially at the latter part of their career, because again, a piece of you is always left when you step out of that ring. Every time you go into the ring, you're not the same person that comes out the ring. I don't care who you are. And boxing is a brutal sport, and all it takes is, one punch here, and again, your whole life is completely changed. And the key is to get in this sport and to become successful, meaning fight the best guys that are out there, and then make a lot of money, and then be able to go out and do whatever it is you want to do. Obviously, with being in a position to take care of your family, that's what it's all about.
In a rare public comment, Floyd Mayweather's son voiced his disapproval of his father returning to the ring for a rematch against Manny Pacquiao. Though he didn't mention Pacquiao by name, his message made it clear that his concern lies with Floyd's health and well-being. He expressed a belief that his father has already achieved everything in boxing and has nothing left to prove. His remarks reflected a protective, personal perspective, emphasizing that for families of retired fighters, preserving health often outweighs any pursuit of legacy or competition.
Ron, I'm too bad. Hey, Mucho gusto, all right?
I don't know. You got to ask him.
Hey, brother, would you like one question?
No.
Can I ask one question?
Why not? Everybody's older.
Can you put another shrimp on the box?
Manny Pacquiao has made it clear he's ready for anyone, including Floyd Mayweather. The chance presents itself. He challenged Mayweather directly, urging him to sign the contract if he's truly serious about coming out of retirement. Pac's message is bold and direct. He's confident, focused, and believes there's unfinished business between them. His recent performances prove he still has the fire. And rather than waiting around, he's actively calling for a rematch to settle the score once and for all.
Floyd Mayweather out, and maybe you guys get a rematch right here in this same building. Do you feel like that this version of you beats the version of Floyd Mayweather that exists today?
It's hard to talk about the fighter who retired already. If he comes out and go sign the contract and we'll fight. I mean, let's fight again if he wants. I have no problem with that. I'm active now. I don't pick my opponent. I don't, I fight them all.
WBC President Mauricio Suleiman offered a measured take on the potential Mayweather-Pacquiao rematch. He acknowledged Mayweather's legendary status and stressed that the sport doesn't require him to prove anything more. However, he also admitted that if fan demand continues to grow, the rematch could become a reality. His comments reflect the commercial side of boxing where public interest often drives decisions. While Floyd may not need to fight for his legacy, the sheer demand might be enough to make it happen.
Can you see a scenario where, obviously, Floyd, who's held the WBC titles many over his career, maybe gets tempted out of retirement for a Manny Pacquiao rematch?
What do you say?
I say he doesn't need to fight again, but I also would definitely come and watch. So I'm sort of like,
You'll come and watch. We have to see what happens Saturday, first of all. Of course, Floyd is legendary, just as Manny. There's no issue there. But you cannot skip. There's various before, and Lance is a great journalist. I think he pulled out a good. I don't know if he interviewed Floyd or it's just his imagination. But it's something that has people talking about, so it's going to be a great fight.
Pacquiao's recent interviews and social media posts leave no doubt about his strong desire to face Floyd Mayweather again. He firmly believes he can win the rematch and rewrite the narrative of their rivalry. This confidence is fueled by his sharp performance in the Barrios fight, which proved he still has what it takes. Manny appears motivated by a sense of unfinished business, viewing a second showdown as a chance to right past wrongs and further cement his legacy. His tone has devolved from hopeful to fully determined.
Him prep today?
Even here.
Oh my goodness. Tell me about that fight a little bit. Being in there with Floyd, Floyd being in there with you, like what was the experience like being there in the ring fighting him finally?
It's good, but despite all those things, but then after the fight, right after the fight, I went to the hospital and got operated. My
Yeah, you got an operation. Yeah. I remember you posted a picture of.
Really hurt.
Was he better or worse than you thought he was?
No, that's his style. Like I knew it, but the thing is, I'm expecting that I won the fight because he didn't throw a lot of punches. I throw a lot of punches. And I reviewed the compy box, like slow motion from first round to 12 rounds. Like how many punches get connected and how many punches of him he connected. You know, that's boxing.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining or making, just it happened that way.
Yeah.
It happened to me many times.
Did you want a rematch with Floyd?
I'm still active. It's up to him if he's going to fight.
You would even fight him today?
Even here.
Oh my goodness.
Even here.
Yeah, that fire never dies, man.
My right hand is complete. So.
Boxing analyst Chris Algieri offered a balanced and insightful take on the growing speculation around a potential rematch. While he noted that nothing is set in stone, he acknowledged that the possibility is very real. Algieri emphasized that Pacquiao's recent performance against Barrios has reignited fan excitement and positioned him as the driving force behind a second fight. He believes Manny's sharp conditioning, clear motivation, and openness to the challenge could be enough to draw Mayweather back into the ring. Algieri's analysis adds weight to what many believe is becoming increasingly inevitable.
Listen, if Floyd's talking about coming back,
And that's what I wanted to touch on. Do you think that this now warrants Floyd Mayweather with his competitive spirit and attitude to come back and maybe try to one-up Manny Pacquiao by beating him again?
that wouldn't surprise me at all because I know how Floyd is when it comes to, seeing other people doing their thing. He's like, that's, so I think that's a really good possibility of happening. But again, that's going to come down to Floyd and Manny. I think they're both in the driver's seat. Floyd's always in the driver's seat, Hey, sir, how are you, man?
Even before Manny Pacquiao stepped into the ring with Mario Barrios, talk of a potential rematch with Floyd Mayweather was already circulating in boxing circles. Many believed a strong showing would set the stage for a second showdown, that the Barrios fight is behind him. Those calls have only grown louder. The financial stakes are enormous, with experts projecting the rematch could generate over $1 billion in revenue, given the legendary status of both fighters and their massive global followings. This bout has the potential to eclipse recent super fights in both scale and impact.
Breaking news, Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao 2 is in talks to happen next if Pacquiao beats Mario Barrios. And Mayweather is expected to be ringside for Pacquiao's fight on Saturday night. And according to reports, the rematch could be the first ever fight to generate over $1 billion. And that would lure Mayweather out of retirement. Now, I definitely saw this coming. Manny's coming out of retirement after 4 years. Of course, because he's passionate about the sport. And Barrios is a world champion, so it's a legacy fight. But there's bigger name opponents Manny can fight. And the biggest of them all is definitely Floyd Mayweather. I mean, their first fight generated 4.6 million pay-per-view buys, did over $600 million in revenue, including pay-per-views and ticket sales and sponsorships. And even though the fight didn't live up to expectations, it could still be a massive fight. 2 to 3 million pay-per-views right now. Or you could put it on Netflix and hundreds of millions of people would watch it worldwide. So if Manny can pull off the upset against Mario Barrios and become WBC champion on Saturday, don't be shocked if these two's negotiations really start to heat up and then the fight gets made shortly after.
Former champion Sean Porter has expressed a contrasting opinion on the idea of a Mayweather-Pacquiao rematch. In his view, that chapter closed in 2015 and doesn't need to be revisited. Porter believes a second fight now risks turning into a nostalgic showcase rather than a meaningful sporting event. He argues that the spotlight should instead shift to younger fighters with more to prove, who can deliver higher stakes and fresher excitement. For Porter, Both Mayweather and Pacquiao have already cemented their legacies, and forcing another high-pressure bout could do more harm than good to their lasting reputations.